AI is about to transform what it fundamentally means to work in insurance forever.
AI.
And only a few insurance agents and businesses today are extracting outsized value from AI. And if the insurance industry doesn't catch up quickly, they will be left behind. The ironic thing is that companies that exist to manage risk are suddenly facing the riskiest, fastest moving technology transformation of our time. And the winners, they're generating 6 times more shareholder returns than everyone else. Now let me put this into perspective for you. That means if you invested $1,000 in an AI leading insurer 5 years ago, you would have 6 times more money today than if you invested in the companies that are dragging their feet. But here's the best part. This isn't just about making shareholders happy. This is about whether the insurance industry as we know it will even exist in 5 years. Now, insurance has been slow to change for centuries. Think about it. The basic idea of pooling risk and paying out claims hasn't fundamentally changed since merchants started insuring their ships 100 years ago. But AI is now rewriting every single part of the business. Underwriting, claims, sales, customer service, even those boring back office functions nobody thinks about. Everything's getting transformed. And why now, you may ask? Why is this happening today instead of 5 years ago? GenAI and Agentic AI bring something completely new to the table. These systems can actually reason. They can think. They can show empathy. They can automate complex decisions. And here's why that matters for insurance specifically. Insurance is all about understanding risk and helping people when bad things happen. You need judgment for that. You need to understand context. And you need to communicate with passion. That's exactly what these new AI systems can do. Customers are already demanding this stuff. They want hyper-personalized policies that actually make sense for their specific situation. They want on-demand coverage they can turn on and off. They want someone to talk to or something that actually understands them. And if insurers can't deliver, someone else will. But here's where things get messy. See, most insurers are stuck in what I call pilot purgatory. They're running little experiments here and there, testing a chatbot in customer service, maybe trying some AI and fraud detection, but they're not actually transforming anything. It's like putting a Ferrari engine in a horse-drawn carriage. Sure, you've got powerful technology, but you're still stuck with the same old structure. And the risk of getting this wrong, it's massive. Some companies are getting locked into vendor solutions that'll become tomorrow's legacy systems. You know those old mainframes from the 80s that banks are still trying to replace? That's what these half-baked AI implementations will become. Others are facing cultural resistance. Imagine you're an underwriter who's been perfecting your craft for 20 years, and someone tells you a machine can do your job better. How do you think that conversation goes? For everyone in the industry, bad AI adoption means watching your company fall behind while competitors zoom past. It means dealing with systems that don't talk to each other. It means frustrated customers who will jump ship the moment they find something better. Now let me take you back so you can understand how we got here. You see, AI in insurance isn't actually new. Companies have been using it for fraud detection and risk modeling for years now. But those were simple systems. They could spot patterns, sure, but they couldn't think. Then generative AI exploded onto the scene. Suddenly, these systems could write, they could reason, and most importantly, they could show empathy. They could have actual conversations with customers. They could understand complex documents, and they could make nuanced decisions. Think about how e-commerce trained us all to expect instant delivery. Remember when waiting 2 weeks for a package was normal? Now we get antsy if Amazon takes more than 2 days. The same shift is happening in insurance. People who've experienced instant, intelligent service from one company won't tolerate the old ways anymore. The bar has been permanently raised, so insurers started getting serious. They began experimenting with what we call domain-level rewiring. Instead of just adding AI tools here and there, They started transforming entire business functions. Let me give you some real examples that'll blow your mind. Aviva, the UK insurer, developed more than 80 AI models just in their motor claims department. The result? They saved £60 million in a single year. That's about $82 million. But here's where it gets even more impressive. They cut the time to assess liability in complex cases by 23 days. 23 days. Imagine settling claims almost a month faster. Another carrier automated their sales process and cut onboarding costs by 20 to 40%. We're not talking about a small improvement here. This is transformational. This could 10x your business, 100x your business. One company implemented an AI chatbot for customer service. Nothing too fancy. Wrong. The likelihood that customer would refer to their friends increased by 36 points. That's not 36%. Meanwhile, the company stuck in pilot purgatory, they're seeing basically zero return. They're spending millions on AI and getting nothing back. But here's where things get really interesting. GenAI and Agentic AI aren't just tools anymore. They're becoming virtual coworkers, and I mean that literally. I want you to picture this. A customer submits a claim. In the old world, that goes to a claims adjuster who manually reviews everything, takes days, maybe weeks. In the new world, an AI intake agent immediately starts processing the information. Another agent builds the risk profile. A compliance agent makes sure everything follows regulation to a T. A pricing agent figures out the payout, and a decision orchestrator pulls it all together. This all happens in minutes, not weeks. And here's the crazy part. These aren't separate programs. They're AI agents working together like a virtual team. For anyone working in insurance, this changes everything. If you're an underwriter, AI becomes your co-pilot, handling routine cases while you focus on complex ones. If you're in claims, AI does the heavy lifting on documentation while you handle customer relationships. If you're an agent, AI gives you superhuman ability to match customers with perfect coverage. The technology has crossed a threshold. We're not talking about automation anymore. We're talking about AI systems that can handle entire workflows from start to finish. So where are we today? Virtually every insurer is experimenting with AI, but experimenting isn't the same as transforming. Most companies are still playing around while the leaders are pulling away fast. The leaders, they're seeing incredible results. New agent success rates up 10 to 20%. Premium growth up 10 to 15%. Claims accuracy improvements of 3 to 5%. Now those numbers might not sound huge to you, but in insurance, where margins are razor thin and competition is fierce, those improvements are game changers. The market knows this is huge. The AI insurance market is projected to hit $35.7 billion. That's a growth rate of 33% every single year. To put that in perspective, that's faster growth than smartphones had in their early days. Now let me break this down and how this actually works, because it's fascinating. Modern AI in insurance has 4 layers. Think of it like a cake, where each layer supports the one above it. The bottom layer is data. Insurance companies are sitting on mountains of information. Claims histories, risk assessments, customer interactions, all of that feed the AI systems. Next up is infrastructure. The computing power, the cloud systems, all the technical stuff that makes AI possible. Then you've got the AI-powered decision-making layer. This is where the magic happens. The systems that actually understand risk, process claims, and make recommendations. And at the top, reimagined engagement. This is what everyone actually experiences. The chatbots that don't suck. The instant quotes that actually make sense. The claims process feels almost human. But here's what makes Agentic AI special. These aren't just programs following rules. They're virtual teams. One agent collects documents, another builds risk profiles, another ensures compliance. They work together. They share information, and they handle cases almost entirely on their own. The really smart companies are building reusable AI components. That document classifier they built for underwriting, it also works for claims. The risk assessment model for auto insurance, hey, guess what? With a few little tweaks, it handles home insurance too. See, this This is how you scale AI across an entire company without starting from scratch every time. Now let's talk about what this means for everyone involved. The winners are pulling ahead fast. AI leaders are growing faster, spending less, and keeping customers happier than everyone else. They're basically playing a different game. The losers, they're stuck with fragmented pilots that don't talk to each other. They've locked into vendor systems that'll be obsolete in 3 years. They're watching their best talent leave for companies that actually get it. But there are real risks here we need to talk about. Jobs are changing dramatically. If 80 to 90% of underwriting gets automated, what happens to the underwriters? They don't disappear, they evolve. They become AI trainers, complex case specialists, relationship managers. But that transition, it's not easy. Privacy is another huge concern. These AI systems need massive amounts of data to work. We're talking driving habits, health records, financial history. All of that feeds the machine. And bias, if these algorithms aren't carefully designed, they could discriminate against certain groups without even realizing it. For people working in insurance, this means your job is about to change, whether you like it or not. The question isn't if, it's how fast and whether you will be ready. What's coming next? This is where things get really wild. We're moving toward on-demand insurance models. Imagine turning your car insurance on just for the week when you actually drive, or paying by the mile instead of by the month. Connected devices that will feed real-time data to insurers, smart watches tracking health, cars reporting driving safety, smart homes detecting risks before they become claims. It's something that sounds like science fiction, but it's actually starting to happen right now. Insurance companies partnering with healthcare providers to create policies tied directly to health outcomes. You get healthier, your premiums go down in real time. Within a few years, 80 to 90% of underwriting will be completely automated. Humans will only handle the really weird, complex edge cases, and for agents and brokers, you become advisors, not order takers. For underwriters, you become exception handlers and AI trainers. For claim adjusters, you focus on empathy and complex investigations while AI handles the routine stuff. The entire profession of insurance, which has existed for centuries, will fundamentally change in less than a decade. The bottom line is, insurance isn't just about pulling risk anymore. It's about real-time, personalized, AI-powered protection that adapts to how people actually live. If you work in insurance, this is your wake-up call. The companies that embed AI across the entire enterprise will thrive. The ones that don't will become irrelevant. There's no middle ground here. If you're a customer, get ready for insurance that actually makes sense. That means faster claims, policies that fit your life, service that doesn't make you want to scream into a pillow. This isn't just changing how insurance companies do business. It's changing what insurance actually is. The same way we now expect 2-day shipping from every online store, we'll expect instant, intelligent insurance from every carrier. The companies and people who can't deliver won't survive. Now I want to hear from you. If you work in insurance, how is AI changing your job right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and the best discussions happen down there. Subscribe to the channel. I drop a video every week in and around the insurance industry. Watch this video next and get out of here.